early birds, how are you? Oh, it's so good to see you. We have completed our first week back after a very nice break. We are having some wonderful weather in Michigan, although our days are getting shorter, and I don't like that. But I did get up early this morning. I showered. Coffee's made. Look at my hair. Now. You can really tell I am enjoying being back here with my early birds. I hope you are enjoying being back here with me as well. Let's get started. So this is grammar week. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I really want to finish up our grammar. So I think I might go into grammar next week as well. So we'll talk about it. But you probably have noticed that we do have somewhat of a different schedule, right? So let's just take a quick look at that. Here is our new schedule. Actually, I'll put it right here, even though I'm not going to be right back. I'm right here. I don't need to be right back. But that's our new schedule. So we have got early birds, just like we always have. We've got bookless classroom, just like we always have. I give myself a half an hour break instead of a 15-minute break. And now we have a new classroom, which is the healthy mind, body, spirit classroom. In that classroom, I am combining my critical thinking classroom, which is made especially for high school students, spiritual classroom made for anybody, and philosophical classroom really made for the really heavy duty thinkers. And you know what? Everyone needs to be a heavy duty thinker. And so I am having all three of those classrooms combined so that we're all thinking heavy duty all the time. There is no age that we need to reach before we can think heavy duty. I remember when I was little, I thought heavy duty. They told me brain cells, they can't multiply, whatever they said, because whatever they said, it didn't even make sense. And I knew that. I was a heavy duty thinker. I've always been a heavy duty thinker. I remember I was sitting like this one time. Whenever the family was watching TV, my grandma was like, Annette, what's the matter? I'm just thinking, you think too much. I don't think so. I'll think about it, but I don't think so. Okay. Coffee is delish. Thanks, Fresh Time. Thanks, Fresh Time, for your delicious coffee that was on sale. I was so happy about that. Although Aldi's has unbelievable prices, I will probably be buying things from Aldi's now, and I just hope that you're not like everybody else, that when you get really, really popular or somebody says something about it, then all of a sudden prices go way up, right? Don't ask me why everybody else has got astronomical prices and why I just made the best chicken I've had in a long, long time. That chicken looked like chicken. It cut like chicken. I didn't have 1,000 gross, whatever those disgusting things are that you leave in that chicken. From Aldi's. Yeah. Talking about it. But Fresh Time coffee and chocolate covered pecans. Oh, nobody's got them. They do. I forgot what they're called, like the fancy name, because I can't even pronounce it. What are we doing here? What is this? This is a review of my time off. Yeah, found those while in my time off, I think it was. Yeah. Okay, so we're not going to be right back. So and then we have classroom engagement. Classroom engagement is where I do things. So we have an activity. So sometimes we were doing activities here in the early bird classroom, and I really like that idea. And I didn't want to take time away from our grammar and our math to do activities. So we have so this is really like a, I got to get my signal there. Okay. This is really like a spin-off. Classroom engagement is a spin-off of the early bird classroom. It is. Okay. And then we've got our reading room, which I love. I want to say one more thing too. I know, lots of energy this morning. I was up early. I was up at 5:30. I don't mind people copying me. I don't mind it. I mean, give credit where credit's due. Don't plagiarize, right? You have to give credit where credit is due. And since a lot of people are slamming me and imitating me, it might be nice if you gave credit where credit is due. That would be really nice. If you got the idea, or just turn your viewers, or put a link in your YouTube, whatever. But I saw somebody who's reading nighttime stories to kids online. I thought about it. I think I thought about it, and I even think I might. It doesn't even matter. I'm pleased. I am pleased. At first, I was like, "You're copying me. I can see you're copying me." I don't care. That's a great thing. I'm so pleased that that's the thing that you chose to copy me about, is that you chose to read stories to young kids. I really hope that you're not a pervert. That's all I gotta say. I hope you're sincere. I hope you're genuine. And if you do that for kids and are sincere and genuine, my hat's off to you. But I don't wear hats. So I don't know what that really means. If you don't wear hats, then my hat's off to you. We're going to talk about interjections and adverbs. I was like, is it introjection or is it interjection? I couldn't remember. I actually spelled it introjection. Interjections. I speak a lot in interjections. I'm like, what? That's an interjection. Hold on. Just a minute. Those are interjections. They are. Okay. So we're going to talk about those. But we still want to get to our, these are my titles. Never mind. I couldn't see because I have my glasses on. But I did get them out. Oh, and actually we're gonna go swing around. So we're gonna finish up conjunctions. We're gonna talk. We introduced the word yesterday. We're gonna talk about interjections, and then we're gonna go back to adjectives and adverbs, and we will have completed all of our parts of speech. So let's keep moving. This is a little bit of a review. Look it up there. I've got day 78. On day 78, we learned about articles, and we did a great activity with our articles. And we talked a little bit about prepositions on day 78, but yesterday on day 79, we really did a lot more with prepositions. Well, we did just as much on day 78 as we did on day 79, but we finished off prepositions yesterday. So remember that a preposition is a word that's combined with a noun. So we've seen our list of prepositions. Let me go get another list of prepositions for you. I hope I have it downstairs here. I do. Now, as I have told you before, I realize you're not looking at anything but the chalkboard that I have up there. And I didn't get my glasses either. That I've been using in order to really have the best definitions. I've been using for you, and I've been using 101 ways to improve your grammar skills. As you know, that's where these tips are. So tip number 17 there is from this book, 101. There we go. Get those ring lights off there. Okay, so that's where the tips come from. Love it. And we're going to read, actually, I'm going to read from that book. But also, as you know, I have been, in order to really be able to give you a organized approach to learning the grammar, as in the YouTube, I've been using this Southwest. Is it Southwestern? Yeah, I can't see. Books, which were really, I bought years and years ago. Then I upgraded them from the sale, right? That was there at Commerce Township Library. So I paid $2 for the set of 3. But here is also a list of common prepositions I'm going to show you, but also there you'll see common conjunctions. So let's look at that. Whoops. I still have my gum in my mouth. I don't like that. Okay, so here is our list right here of our common prepositions, and then the other set of words on the other side of the page, which I don't want to mess up the book. I just want to hold them there. You can see there. Our common conjunctions, right? So there's a few more prepositions in this list than we had on our list of prepositions that we showed you yesterday from our prestige. It was our prestige worksheets is what it was. I'll show you that again, basically because it takes me a little bit longer when I don't have my glasses on. There it is. No, it's not. Oh, there's our prepositions. Sorry about that. Okay, there we go. There's our prepositions. I was on the wrong hand. I couldn't find it. And our list of prepositions, right? And then this is it's not from Prestige. Our articles were from Prestige. This is where our prepositions are from. All of this I got from Teachers Pay Teachers. I like to give credit where credit is due. So here's our prepositions that we use. Here's our list of prepositions. The list of prepositions I just showed you from the Southwestern book is just a little bit different than this list of prepositions, a few more, right? And then we talked about prepositional phrases. And then we did practice on our prepositional phrases, if you recall. Okay, so now let's get to our conjunctions. Now I just showed you a list. This book is so fat and heavy. It's really heavy. I love it. But I don't want to open it back up and find that page for you. Instead, I have got our list of conjunctions that came from Miss Simplicity right here, right? So there are our list of conjunctions. Let's keep ourselves a little closer together here. Now, I'll bring these up close to you. And here are our list of conjunctions. The most common conjunctions are and, but, and or. Remember, what do conjunctions do? They help us expand on our sentences. I talk a lot about it. Yes, I talk about it in day 79, a lot more about it in day 79, about how we have small sentences when we use our first grade or second grade books, right? Jack found a ball. Jack bounced the ball. The ball rolled away, right? That's not how we talk, nor is it how we write. It's not how we talk, nor is it how we write. In a first grade book, it would say, that's not how we talk. That's not how we write. When we join our sentences, when we get older, we join our sentences together and at times we use conjunctions in order to in order. No, that's an infinity, in order to. That's an infinity. And not infinity. Infinitive. It's an infinitive. I'm thinking as I'm speaking to see if I know, and I'm trying to catch my conjunctions. And I'm not doing a great job because I'm doing it on the fly. Because I'm not doing a very good job because I'm not doing a very good job. I'm doing it on the fly. I'm not doing a very good job because I'm doing it on the fly. On the fly. Prepositional phrase. See, that's what I was trying to catch myself doing as well. On the fly. prepositional phrase. Okay, all right. So, but our most common conjunctions are and, or, and but. That's usually how we put more and more sentences together. But we use but, we use because often as well. While they were working. Okay. Now let's get some practice on these conjunctions. And so from Teachers Pay Teachers, I told you that I got some worksheets, right? And the conjunctions that we're going to use for this little conjunction project, look what I put together. I'm so happy. Look at that. See that? So these are oh my gosh, all of a sudden, Velcro, right? But Velcro is a name. This is the common, whatever you call it. But Velcro is the popular name. It's the name of the product, the company. Which was taken from nature, right? Was taken from burrs. So the concept of those hooks, little hooks in there, if you've ever looked really close, using your observational skills and looked really, really close at those, right? You would see little hooks there, is what you would see, which then attaches itself to pretty much anything. You can see because I have a bunch of burrs out there. Every time I turn the corner by those burrs, I have burrs all over my butt, and that's the truth. I was just looking at the video because it blanked out, and I'm not sure about my signal. My signal, it says excellent, but it keeps going. I keep getting a red signal, and I keep dropping frames. Not that I'm dropping them, Xfinity, right? Right? Okay. So the green starts our sentence. So let's go. And we've got, I agreed to play catch with my little brother. Let's see if I can do this and put all of these down. I went outside to play with my friends. Anna practiced softball every day. Actually, I'm going to put these up so that you could see them first. Jake couldn't decide what game to play. Let's read these like we should, right? On Saturday, I went to Grandma's house. Emma went fishing for the first time. And then the last one I have here, let's get my face in there so I'm not reading like with a half a face. Joe was afraid of heights. That's like tall, something that like tall buildings. Okay. Now, I only cut out these, 3 of them, because I was going to only do one at a time. And the 3 conjunctions that we're using for this project is but, so, and. In case you were wondering, this but is not this but, okay? That's not the same but. This but has another T on it. That but, because it has 2 cheeks, it's got 2 T's. I just made that up. I did. I really did. I've never heard that before. 2 cheeks, 2 T's. Not the same but. Okay, but I only did 3 of these, so we're going to have to move them along. So at least somewhat. Okay, so let's read this now together. The very first one. All right, we'll read it together. I agreed to play catch with my little brother. I agreed to play catch with my little brother. Now let's see what makes sense here. She caught 8 fish? No, I don't think so. But that's going to go with the fish one. Let's look at the fish one. Emma went fishing for the first time. Let's look at that because I remember the fish one. Emma went fishing for the first time. So, she caught 8 fish. Should we use, but she caught 8 fish? So she caught 8 fish. And she caught 8 fish. Emma went fishing for the first time and she caught 8 fish. Now, we still have the comma. Let me show you. You don't always put a comma after the first sentence. Emma went fishing for the first time. But here we do put a comma there. And the reason why we put a comma is because this is also a sentence. When both of the phrases that we're connecting with the conjunction, when they are both sentences, Emma went fishing for the first time. We have a subject and a verb. Emma went. She caught 8 fish. This is also a sentence. She is a subject and caught is our verb. We talk about verbs already before in one of our past classrooms, but I can't tell you which one. I don't remember. I'm not sure which one. But it'll say on the chalkboard if you're looking for verbs. And then if you don't get exactly what you're looking for, look for some of the episodes before and after. But it'll say on the chalkboard when we're talking about verbs. We also talk about it predicates as well. We use the word predicates for verbs as well. So when do you use a comma? When the two sentences that you're connecting together are, when the two phrases you're connecting are sentences. How do you know if they're a sentence? Do they have a subject and a verb? Then you use a comma that comes after the first sentence and before the conjunction. Okay? All right. Emma went fishing for the first time, comma, and she caught 8 fish. Now let's look at our next one. We're going to have to steal that comma because it's the only comma I have. Even though I have more upstairs, then it takes like 9 years to put these little Velcro things on, which I did in advance. I didn't plan on doing this like all together. Anyway, let's read the next one. I picked some flowers for her. Let's see. How about Grandma's house? How about Grandma's house? The one right before it. On Saturday, I went to my grandma's house. I picked flowers for her. Both of those are sentences. On Saturday, I is the subject and went is the verb. I picked. I is a subject. Picked is the verb. So here's 2 sentences, so we know we need the comma. So there's our comma that we put after the first sentence and before the conjunction. On Saturday, I went to Grandma's house and I picked flowers for her. But I picked flowers for her. So I picked flowers for her. That to me sounds like the best conjunction for that sentence, right? I'm going to go get a glass of water. I need a glass of water, which I have, which I put right over there. I'll be right back. Here is my lemon water. I had a few drops of little stevia in there. And then it's delicious, and then I drink a lot more. I'm sorry for the bad signal, but if it were up to me, we wouldn't have one. It's not. Let's look at the next one that we have. So on Saturday, I went to Grandma's house. So I picked some flowers for her. I like that. Let's look at the next sentence. Or the next, well, it is a sentence. Maybe. Then it started to rain. I would say I went outside to play with my friends. Then it started to rain. So do we need a comma? Well, if that is a sentence, I went outside to play with my friends. I went. So we do need the comma there. Is this a sentence? Then, well, actually, we need a comma if this is a sentence. Then it started to rain. It started. So there, that is a sentence as well. To rain, to rain. It's not a preposition, even though to is, because that's not a noun. That should be an infinitive. That's an infinitive. We've talked about those. I went outside to play with my friends. Then it started to rain. So it started to rain. And it started to rain. That makes sense. But does this make better sense? Does it make more sense? I went outside to play with my friends, but then it started to rain. Don't you like this? Isn't this fun? Let's see. He got tired very quickly. He got tired very quickly. We know this is a complete sentence already, so we're going to have to use our comma. Because when the yellow one is, when the second phrase is a complete sentence, that's when you use the comma. Okay? He got tired very quickly. Got tired. That's our verb. He got tired. So we know we're going to need a comma. Do you think we're going to need a comma for every one of these? Maybe. But I'm telling you when you need one. You don't always need a comma. If this is a complete sentence, the second half of your sentence that you're combining together, if that's a complete sentence, then you need a comma. I agreed to play catch with my little brother. He got tired very quickly. I agreed to play catch with my little brother, but he got tired very quickly. I think that's what it is. Or do you think it is, I played with my little brother and he got tired very quickly? You could use that. So he got tired very quickly? Probably not. Probably not, right? I agreed to play catch with my little brother, comma, but he got tired very quickly. Okay, we have 3 more to go. She did much better at her next game. That sounds like it goes right there. Here, this is a complete sentence. She did better. She did. That's an adverb. So she did. There's our subject and our verb. So we know we need a comma here. This is a complete sentence and a practice, but so is this. She did. So we need a comma. Anna practiced softball every day, but she did much better? No. And she did much better? That sounds good, doesn't it? How about so? Anna practiced softball every day, so she did much better at her next game. This is so much fun. Don't you just love this? Look at that. All I did was I had material downstairs, and I put it, my husband had this board. You can see all I did was pin it. I didn't even glue it. I just had pins, and I pinned it. And here is a board that my husband had downstairs that he was using to advertise. So I had all this, and I just put this on there. Hold on. She has got good instincts. She does. He let his little brother choose. Jake couldn't decide what game to play. He let his little brother choose. He let. So this needs a comma. Jake couldn't decide what game to play. So he let his little brother choose. That sounds right. But he let his little brother choose? No. Jake couldn't decide what game to play and he let his little brother choose? No. It could be and so. We could say that, right? And so. Or we could just say so. Jake couldn't decide what game to play, comma, so he let his little brother choose. Last one. Joe was afraid of heights, comma. I'm going to put it there so we can do this. He climbed back down the ladder. So, that sounds like a so to me. Joe was afraid of heights, comma, so he climbed back down the ladder. Look at that. Look at our sentences that we combine. So, like I said, very often when you read younger books, probably for your age, when you read those books that are for your age, you'll see these two sentences separated, right? There'll be one sentence and then another sentence. Although these are pretty long sentences, aren't they? We did a good job reading those sentences, I think. I think we did. But to talk and write like we normally do, our sentences aren't chopped up. They are combined using here are some of our conjunctions, right? Using conjunctions. That is a lot that you learned today. Now, let me show you something fun. I talked to you about Schoolhouse Rock. If I were you, I would look at the whole playlist, and you will not even believe what you will learn when you sing those songs. I learned what a bill is in legislature from Schoolhouse Rock. I know. Crazy, isn't it? Let's see. I think this is not it. I think this is it. Let me see. I'm sorry. I have to look like this. Seriously? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Let's watch. Now, you'll see this is introjections, and this is all you need to know to learn what introjections are. This is it. All right. I got to switch over. Hold on. I know.
The doctor knew just what to do. He cured the infection with one small injection, while Reginald uttered some interjections.
Hey, that's smart! Ouch, that hurts! Yeah, that's not fair, giving a guy a shot down there!
Interjections.
Hey,
excitement.
yeah!
Emotion.
Ouch!
They're generally set apart from a sentence by an exclamation point or by a comma when the feeling's not as strong. Though Geraldine played hard to get, Geraldo knew he'd woo her. Yes, he showed his affection despite her objections, and Geraldine hollered some interjections.
Well, you've got some nerve. Oh, I've never been so insulted in all my life. Hey, you're kind of cute.
Interjections.
Well,
for excitement or emotion.
Hey.
Generally set apart from a sentence by an exclamation point or by a comma when the feeling's not as strong. So when you're happy,
Hooray!
or sad,
Aw!
or frightened, or mad,
Rats!
or excited,
Wow.
or glad,
Hey!
an interjection starts a sentence right. The game was tied at 7-all when Franklin found he had the ball. He made a connection in the other direction, and the crowd started shouting out interjections.
Ah, you threw the wrong way. Darn, you just lost the game.
Hooray, I'm for the other team.
Interjections.
Oh,
Excitement.
darn.
Emotion.
Hooray!
Generally set apart from a sentence by an exclamation point or by a comma when the feeling's not as strong. So when you're happy,
Hooray!
or sad,
Aw!
or frightened, or mad,
Rats!
or excited,
Wow.
or glad,
Hey!
an interjection starts a sentence right. Interjections.
Hey!
For excitement
Hey!
or emotion.
Hey.
They're generally set apart from a sentence by an exclamation point or by a comma when the feeling's not as strong. Interjections show excitement or emotion. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Darn, that's the end.
So, what did you learn? Isn't that fantastic to learn all of that? Did you learn the punctuation? We're going to learn about punctuation next week. I think we're going to continue with grammar next week. Did you learn the punctuation that you're supposed to use with introjections? So, first of all, what's an introjection? That is something that you are exclaiming, aren't you? Or proclaiming, or shouting, or excited about. Do you see why I said I always use introjections? I use them a lot. Let me get over here where I belong. Okay, I just wanted to see what it said there. It said something about detecting my video. Hold on. Sorry. Seriously. Little scratchy's throat there. Tickle in my throat. A little tickle in my throat. So there was a lot you learned, wasn't there, in that one small video? You learned what interjections are, not introjections, interjections are. Wow, right? Darn. Aw. Hey, you lost the game. Ouch, that hurt. Yow, it's not fair giving a guy a shot down there, right? And then did you also hear about the punctuation that you use? What's the punctuation? When you're really excited, you use an exclamation point. It's separated by an exclamation point or by a comma when the feeling's not as strong. So go back, listen to that Schoolhouse Rock, and and you will totally learn how to punctuate an interjection. Well, oh, hey, you're kind of cute, right? You'll learn how to punctuate. And then he turns to a frog, and then it's like, hey, you're kind of cute. Not so excited, right? Eek, or mad, rats, or excited, wow. Or glad, hey. An interjection starts a sentence great, right? I'm watching the video right there with the score tied 7-7, right? Then he gets the ball. Franklin gets the ball. Right? That's all we have for today. I'm going to put our... I don't think those are the titles I'm supposed to be using. I think they're up here. Yeah, they're up here. There we go. Let's take a look at these tips. And then we'll come back here on Monday and finish up. So there's our tip number 17, which we read. Tip number 18, conjunctions join words, phrases, or parts of a sentence. Tip number 19, interjections show strong feelings. And so since we have a minute here, I'm going to look at this and I'm going to read what it says here. So we already read about conjunctions join words, phrases, or parts of a sentence. He had silver and gold. He had silver and gold. Here you would not put a comma after the word silver before the conjunction. No, you would not do that. You wouldn't use that. So when we have complete sentences that we're joining together, those complete sentences are separated by a comma. But when it's not a complete sentence, like silver and gold, Santa Claus brought us silver and gold, right? Silver is not followed by a comma because gold is not a complete sentence. Where's the verb, right? Even if it said, and gold nuggets that were cherished by all, no comma there. Why? Because the second part of it is not a complete sentence. All right? So here, for conjunction, silver and gold, this or that. Katie danced, comma, but Karen slept. I don't have my glasses on. I'll jump if you'll jump. Yeah, you will jump is a comma. So I'll jump, comma, if you will jump. He'll play when his brother arrives. He'll play, comma, when his brother arrives. It's not using commas correctly here. The chef will prepare your eggs, comma, however you like them. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that not there. However you like them. The chef will prepare your eggs however you like them. Not sure if that's used correctly there. Because you like them wouldn't make any sense without that. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's used correctly. That's okay. Interjections show strong feeling. These words usually come at the beginning of a sentence, but not always. Here are some examples. Wow, that cow is huge. Gosh, I hate it when that happens. But there's a wow, an exclamation point. Gosh, only a comma. Gosh, I hate it when that happens. Whoopee! We're going to the amusement park. I would do it differently, but hey, it's your call. That was a good one used in the middle of the sentence, but hey, it's your call. An interjection followed by an exclamation point signals a stronger feeling than one followed by a comma. And that's what we're going to do. We'll do adjectives and adverbs when we come back. So we're going to have Grammar Week again so that we do complete all of our parts of speech by the end of next week. All right, and then we're going to have a celebration. I don't know, maybe I'll eat a piece of cake. This is Dr. Annette Feravich. Thank you so much for joining me here in the classroom. You're here with the teacher. You know who you are. You're an early bird is who you are. All right, let's do this.